Monday morning, 8 o'clock on this September 22nd. Thanks so much for joining us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Stephannie Joseph.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We have 2 packed hours to get through here on ARC, so let's run down what is brewing for you.
So 13 WAM last week showed you some of the renovations happening at the Western Performing Arts Center and Auditorium Theater. This morning, we're going to go in depth on what's been done. Arnie Rothschild, the chairman of the Rochester Broadway Theater League, will sit down with us for that.
And then we have this week's Health in a Handbasket. Nutritionist Alyssa Strassman will continue a discussion we started a few weeks back about the phrase, "Don't yuck my yum." We'll get the experience with that phrase and people trying to knock her taste.
And later, the debut of My Rock Story, spotlighting some locally owned businesses. Today, it's Gigi's Pizza and how they've gone viral.
Do we get pizza for the story?
So the pizza was last week and I had brought it in for the afternoon people. The shoot had wrapped up by 2 p.m. So
A lot of good this to us, huh?
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Steph. It's all right. Hey, let's get through the day, and to start things off, meteorologist Marty Snyder is here with a first look at the forecast. We are talking about the first forecast of fall.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Almost there. It's a split decision because we still are in summer, so look at it that way, glasses half full. But yeah, it is the first day of fall. Fall arrives just a little after 2 this afternoon. And today's going to have a somewhat summer-like feel, late summer feel, just given the fact that we're going to keep temperatures up there pretty well. Now, we have been seeing some rain move through parts of the area. Not a whole lot right now. The first few showers that we did see earlier, they're moving across Lake Ontario right now, and still do have some segments that are sitting down to our southwest. A lot of that down into the western southern tier, down into western Pennsylvania. We'll have to track some of that, as some of that may try to lift up a little closer to us as we progress through the day. So bottom line, not going to be a rainy day for us today, but the chance is there pretty much at any point for a little passing shower to move through. Temperatures today rising up to about the upper 70s for highs. Nice increase in temperatures there for a day this time of year. It's about 6 degrees above average. And heading into tonight, about 63 rather for an overnight low, 73 over the next couple days. But notice each day that risk is there for a shower or two. Some days a little higher risk than others. May see that risk of rain increase a little on Thursday. But temperatures mostly in the 70s for highs, which again is not too bad for this time of year. Average high is about 71 for this time of year. So above average by at least a little bit for a lot of these upcoming days.
Listen, we like anything that's above average around here.
So true.
From the forecast to the stories,
Yeah.
you name it.
To the talents.
To the right there, right there.
Yeah.
That's
We aim to please.
All right, Marty, thank you. We appreciate it.
Sure.
Hey, let's go off the top and start with some of the stories that have piqued our interest this Monday. I'll kick things off. If you've ever gone on vacation and needed to hire a pet sitter, well, you might not have to do that much longer. In Rome, the city's main airport just opened a luxury hotel for dogs. It's not a kennel, it's a real hotel. The idea is simple. If you're flying out and your pet isn't coming with you, you can check them in just like you would your luggage. Only here, they are treated like royalty. Rooms come with temperature-controlled floors, a private garden space for each room, and even relaxing music to help your pet wind down before going to bed. Standard rooms cost about €40 a night. And if you really want to spoil your pup, there's a premium suite that lets you video call your dog 24/7. So you can chat with them. You can even toss them treats through an app that you download on your phone. Staff will pick your dog up at the terminal so you can head straight to your gate. And it doesn't stop there. The hotel also offers grooming services, aromatherapy, and even puppy massages. Who would have thought a dog needs aromatherapy?
You know, I've seen the chiropractor videos, so I wouldn't put it past.
This is just, some of those videos are good.
Yeah.
We should talk about that one day. This is the kind of travel experience most of us wish we had, but it's all for the dogs. The hotel opened in May, and get this, by August, it was booked out.
Whoa.
Since then, they have been running at nearly full capacity every night. Clearly, pet parents love this idea. And it's not just a one-night stay or just a few hours. Your pet can stay for several days if needed, making it an actual boarding option, not just a luxury layover. All of this comes as Italy is making it easier for bigger dogs to travel in the cabin on domestic flights, which means less time in the cargo hold and more time in cuddle class, not business class, cuddle class. So the next time you're flying out of Rome, you can check your bag, check your stress, and check your dog right into the puppy spa.
How cool is this?
Would you do it?
Have
you ever traveled with a dog?
No.
No.
Is it a nightmare?
I don't know. That's a lie. I do know what it's like to travel with children because I've done that before. It's stressful.
Yeah.
It's stressful. You want the dog to be on the best behavior. And my dog Regis, man, he was a little terror.
Yeah.
He was always up to no good. One flight, I was living in California, flying to New York, and he was in a bag underneath the seat in front of me.
Oh.
And the little jerk chewed through the bag and climbed out of the carrier and onto my lap.
Oh my goodness. Well, at least it was onto your lap, but
yes,
wow.
But that's where I woke up to find him. Where he went before that, I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know what damage or destruction he did inside that airplane. But yeah, it's stressful. It's stressful.
Yeah.
And for the pets, it's also very stressful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You're taking them out of their environment. So yeah, I guess I could see how aromatherapy might be good. However, if we're checking the dog in for a spa day, I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I think it's good that something like this exists for those that can afford it, of course, because whenever you're traveling, especially to the airport, there is so much chaos involved with that entire process.
Yeah.
You just want to get through stuff quickly. So to be able to have a place where you can just drop off your pet, not worry about that, get through TSA, everything that you need to do, get to the gate, maybe get some food, is fine.
Expedited service there in Rome.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. All right, Steph, take it away.
We'll move on now to my story for today. And it may have you asking, whose responsibility is it to pay for a honeymoon? So one man is declining to have one if his wife doesn't cover her share. People magazine reports the two got married in March. The two got married in March and are eager to go on a honeymoon. The man apparently found a deal and wanted to book tickets ASAP. His wife was up for it, but she asked him to pay for all of it. She said she would pay him back later. The husband took to Reddit to ask if he's wrong for delaying their honeymoon to Bali unless she also pays for it. Now, the words he used, no money equals no honeymoon. The man shared that he turned her down because this decision should only be made when you're financially ready. He compared it to major life choices like marriage or planning to have kids. The husband also says they both make roughly the same salary and split bills and investments equally. Whatever is left after that is up to them. But he says his wife barely saves and buys things online. He, on the other hand, chooses to save his money, about $1,500 or more. An argument had happened between the two, of course. His wife said memories matter more than money. She then criticized him, saying it's a shame for a husband to not pay for the honeymoon, and men have been doing so for centuries. Since this was posted on Reddit, a lot of people are weighing in. One person says this debate points to other issues in the relationship. They said, quote, financial incompatibility is a major reason for divorce, and they should get couples counseling. Another person says they need to talk to a financial advisor, but the question still remains, who should pay for the honeymoon?
Well, if they have not gone on a honeymoon by now, I would say don't plan it because I don't see this marriage lasting.
Oh, no.
Well, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Like when you marry someone, you marry the whole person and everything they bring with them into that relationship. You don't marry, just the parts of the person that you like.
Yeah.
You marry all of it. Yeah. You marry their family, their friends, their children, if they've got them. Family.
Yeah.
And, listen, if they make roughly the same and we're splitting the bills and all of that, why not just pay for it?
Yeah.
If he has the money, why not?
And especially
Sir,
since
that
she
is
had
your
offered,
wife.
Yeah, she offered to pay for it, like pay him back.
Yeah.
So.
Which also, at the same, like, great, yeah, sure, pay me back, whatever. Put the money in our joint checking account. This is where, yeah, no, listen. Where are these people?
I'm not sure. I saw the story on People magazine. I assume from the U.S.
We need to follow up, Steph.
I know.
Because I'm gonna tell you, there's gonna be a 7-month itch.
Yeah.
And I don't know that this one's meant to be.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to learn that you're aware of the way that your wife spends money and that you guys make both equally the same share. And a honeymoon is definitely something that should be on the priority list beforehand. Like, oh, we're planning to get married. Okay,
Yeah.
let's also consider.
Let's save for this.
Yeah, let's save up for this. So I think that if why not? You know, this seems like something minor to get in a tizzy about, as some would say. And then since she's offering to pay him back, I say go for it.
Yeah.
Just, concede.
It's not
Let her win this
you
one.
knew she liked to shop online beforehand.
Yeah.
You knew that.
Yeah.
That's the person you married, pal.
Yeah. It's also good to kind of have that conversation together as opposed to bring it online. Obviously, I don't know the identity of the man that wasn't posted, but yeah, make sure that you talk to each other.
Yeah, I definitely think they would benefit from a little bit of counseling, and I certainly hope they seek that.
Yeah.
Because without it, I don't think this is going anywhere good. We're going somewhere good, though. When we come back right here on Arc Rochester, Chris Lopez continues our reports from Figgy Studios. More of the animals you can help out this weekend at their fundraiser.
And don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back after this. 14. This weekend, local jewelry store Figgy Studio and Shop is hosting an adoption fundraiser.
They certainly are. The event will have adoptable pets, local vendors, raffle prizes, and the proceeds benefit 4 local rescue organizations. Chris Lopez is live for us at Figgy, taking a look at all those organizations that will benefit. Hey there, Chris.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, we're going to be talking to 2 members of GRASP in a few minutes, but I want to talk to Crystal Stanley, co-owner of Figgy Studio and Shop, and then one of the masterminds behind this entire event. 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I believe, on Saturday. Why do you guys choose to keep doing this? This is your 3rd year. You don't have to do it. I'd imagine it puts more stress on you guys. You own a business and you're doing this, but it's for a great cause. Why do you guys choose to do this, though?
It's for a great cause, and Ellie and I are both huge animal lovers. It's something that fills our buckets. It makes us happy, and it's been so wonderful for the community, for all the rescues that we contribute to. Last year we had a ton of animals that were adopted that were here, which was, I was so proud of that, and that made me so happy that just people came and found their forever pets, and yeah, it was just amazing.
What made you guys decide to do this event just for years ago? What was that kind of deciding factor to push you into this?
Yeah, honestly, so Ellie, my business partner and co-owner, she has always fostered. It's been something that she's been so passionate about. And when she was at her max with her animals, she was like, you know what, we need to do something. I need to do this. And she brought me in on it, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And now it's like, we can't not. It's like our favorite event of the year, and it's wonderful.
And last question, what's the reaction like when people come here? They start, petting the different animals, learning about the different animals, adopting the animals. What is that reaction from the community?
Yeah, it's like honestly, the vibes are so amazing. Like, everyone's happy. There's kids. There's people that are here, whether they're here for adopting or not. Everyone here is just like having a great time. Everyone's learning about pets, learning about all the organizations and what they do, learning about what fostering is, which something that's kind of new to me too. Like, I didn't realize how kind of simple it is and how affordable it is. You don't have to pay for anything. You can literally just open your home up and have a pet stay with you until they find their home, and it's great.
And I love that about this event. It's really a low-pressure situation. You can come here, but you do not have to adopt. You don't have to foster. You could just come here and have a good time and be aware of the organizations like GRASP. I want to talk to Michael and Veronica. For those who did not tune into the last hit, we've got 2 dogs with us right here. Tell me a little bit about this one.
This is Kermit. He's probably about a year old, and he is available for adoption. He is a little love nugget, but he is a puppy, so he's a little wiggly as well.
Kermit, you trying to get down? It's okay. All right. And I'm going to go with Veronica.
And this is Presley. He is about 4 years old, and he will be available for adoption shortly.
And you guys both foster, which I love. But tell me some of the pros, some of the cons, what people should know about fostering before they do it.
Well, so our organization is 100% volunteer. We save over 500 dogs and cats every year fostering in homes, so we don't have a physical shelter. Everybody keeps their animals on couches instead of in cages. And the one thing you got to bring to the situation as a foster parent is love. That's the most important thing. But otherwise, the organization, we pay for food, bedding, crates if you need them, all the medical expenses. So there's nothing out of pocket for you, just love.
And what's something that you didn't know when you first fostered that you know now, which you would tell someone, hey, look out for this, or be aware of this?
I got this one.
You got this one?
How rewarding it is.
Okay,
It is so rewarding. It's hard to say goodbye, but you know that you've saved their life. And you've brought a new family member into someone's home.
And these 2 are up for adoption as well as foster?
Yes.
Okay, this Saturday.
Well, he has a foster. He's looking for us.
There we go. Adopt him. Look at his face, the underbite there. You want to take it back to studio? No? Too good for that? Exactly, said Chris. You can do that. 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock here at Figgy Studio and Shop. Be here. It's going to be a good time. I'll send it back to you in studio. These 2 are going to be there, too.
And it looks like fall out there, too, with those leaves on the ground behind them.
Just the perfect setting.
Kisses.
All right, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Hey, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, it's this morning's weather trivia.
Meteorologist Mark McLean will join us after this. Meteorologist Mark McLean joins us now with a look at today's cooler temperatures and some weather trivia.
Yeah, what a day yesterday, right?
Oh, gorgeous.
I mean, it was like a 10, right?
Gorgeous
10
stuff.
out of 10. Yep, lots to talk about today. One storm out in the Atlantic right now. We're going to check that out. But today's trivia kind of running along those lines. We're looking at the Atlantic hurricane season. We're a little bit past peak now. That was back on September 9th. But on average, how many hurricanes form each year in the Atlantic basin? So this isn't like total name storms, okay? But how many hurricanes are there? Is it 3? Is it 10, 7, or 12?
I think we have to check the rundown, McLean, because I feel like we've done this question before.
I haven't seen it.
We've talked about, I think, the total number of storms on average each year.
Okay.
I do remember that one.
Is that what we're looking for?
No,
No,
hurricanes.
the Atlantic.
So it has to get to that threshold for
Hurricane.
a hurricane. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So when the storm gets to a tropical storm level, which is 39-mile-per-hour winds, it gets a name. So you have to get to 74 before it gets to a hurricane.
Okay.
So it cuts down the number a little bit.
And we are well below average for this time
Yeah,
of year.
we're on the alphabet. We're at G. So, and obviously not all of those were hurricanes. So yeah, it is. It's been a slow season. Our summer's been slow too. We had well below normal thunderstorm activity, well below normal rainfall in these parts. So yeah, lots to talk about weather-wise. But we're going to have that answer for you coming up right here on ARC at 9 o'clock. Join us. And speaking of that, there is the latest hurricane, that is Gabrielle. This was the 5 a.m. update from the National Hurricane Center. That storm about 210 miles southeast of Bermuda has winds around 90 miles per hour. Thankfully, this one is going to track up through the North Atlantic and not impact any land areas close to the U.S. You know what's going to impact the ground soon?
That was
Leaves.
a nice transition.
Yeah.
Look at that. I like this.
Yeah. You know, the old leaf blower is going to be out. You know, the hard part is the gutters.
Yeah.
They get the leaves and all that.
You got to get those gutter guards.
I know. You know what? I snake the hose with a high pressure nozzle on. Just feed it right down and just.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's kind of messy, but it works. It works. But 2:19 today. That's the start of fall, or the autumnal equinox, as we say. Now, it's been a dry summer, that's for sure. Take you back to July 1st, and it was the fourth driest on record. And this goes back to 1872, these records. So 3.72 inches of rain, just not cutting it out there. And I remember 2002, that was an exceptionally dry summer as well. That was tops on the list. Now, we've got lots of clouds. We did have a quick shower pass through earlier this morning. We're at 64, which is a mild start for this time of the year. The dew point is at 59, so you're feeling just a slight bit of humidity out there. A couple of scattered showers to the south, and you know, a lot of this is just going to be widely scattered today. If you're lucky enough to catch a downpour, it's probably 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of rain. Even wider on the view, shows a little boundary back to our southwest, and that'll be the focusing mechanism for another chance for rain, probably during the overnight tonight. So you see that chance starts to increase, especially after midnight tonight. Sometimes it makes for nice sleeping weather. You get that rain during the overnight. And most of the time is dry. You notice, a lot of that green is passing around us. But I just don't want to give you the idea that today is going to be some kind of epic washout, because it simply isn't. But because we haven't had rain in the forecast for a long time, it's a nice thing to see. Upper 70s today. Tonight we're going to drop back only to near 60 with more clouds, some showers, maybe even a clap of thunder mixing in. And our 7-day forecasts, look, I mean, this is mild for this time of the year. We've got overnights in the 50s to near 60, high temperatures in the 70s. So no real sign of, quote, fall yet. But it does officially kick off this afternoon.
I'm excited.
Boo.
What?
Yeah, not a fan?
Well, what you
No, I'm
what
not
you're
a
drinking
fan.
smells
But
like fall.
here's what gets me, right? When people say they love fall, they really mean they love October.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
pretty much,
the rest of it after that,
yeah. Is winter.
yeah, winter light.
Winter LTE.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes, and then we get to December, and then you start to get to winter heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
But
you're-
that's still fall.
Then you're stuck in January
Well,
for
it's-
9 months.
December 20th is still fall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still, it's the alpha. Then even you start to get a bit of the peppermint flavors start to be introduced as people look for the holidays.
I like the pumpkins. I like the mums. I love the apples. Apple cider slushy yesterday.
Pass.
That's really good. What?
I'll pass on all of it if I can have eternal summer.
Eternal summer.
All right, McLean,
Yeah.
thank you. We appreciate it.
We have much more to get to here on Arc Rochester.
Yeah, we're checking back in with Chris Lopez live at Figgy Shop this morning. That's coming your way next. This Saturday, local shop Figgy Studio will be hosting the 3rd annual Paws for a Cause fundraiser.
Local vendors and live musicians will be there, and the event raises money for 4 local animal rescues. Our Chris Lopez has been live at Figgy all morning. He's given us more details. Hey there, Chris.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yes, more of a party type atmosphere than a place where you're just going to adopt, which is great about this. 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock here at Figgy Studio and Shop. And I'm talking to the 2 owners, also the masterminds behind this event here. Let's talk a little bit about the vendors, because it's a fun atmosphere on Saturday. Really not, don't bring your tie and your business suit. Get ready to have fun, though.
Yeah. So we have about 10 local vendors joining us. And just to kind of name a few of them, we have Berry Pottery, who's going to have a tent where you can paint your own pet magnet, which is fun, and then you can make your own pet terrarium. Breezy's Braid Bar, who is at all of our events. She braids hair. Super fun. Kids, adults, anyone who wants their hair braided. Mercury Coffee, who pops up usually every year for this event. Great coffee. We've got some breakfast sandwiches in the morning, 11 to 1. All proceeds will go to the 4 rescue groups. We have Countertop Creamery, who's going to have pup cups and ice cream for humans. So you can bring your own dog if your dog is friendly.
I like that.
Bring your dog, stop by, socialize. G. Marie Co. has some clothing, some Bill's pet themed clothing. And then we've got a cake maker and a flower.
You guys have a lot of people coming to participate in this.
Yeah.
How cool is that all of these businesses, these local businesses, want to join you guys in this effort?
Yeah, it's awesome. And again, their vendor fee that they pay to pop up all goes to fundraise. So again, every kind of aspect is just us trying to fundraise as much money as possible for these 4 rescues. And then we've got 2 others that are joining us.
Yeah, so we have Liv Inc. She's going to be doing some tiny little pet tattoos. And her place is actually across the street, across from Parkley down the street.
Okay.
And then we have a special guest coming who is Jonathan Graziano. He is the author of Noodle and His No Bones Day, which is my daughter's favorite book. But it's about a pug that he adopted, and it's the cutest thing. But Noodles passed away, but he will be joining us with his new pug Milton. So we're excited for that. And then again, we have like tons of raffle prizes that have been donated from local businesses. So you can buy them for $2 a ticket and enter in to win an awesome prize too.
And what's the atmosphere like the past 2 years? What's it like if you were to describe it to someone who hasn't been there before and is going on Saturday?
Yeah, like you said earlier, we like to kind of have that party vibe, just have a good time, no pressure. If you are maybe looking to adopt a dog or a cat, you can obviously, that's great, and we love that. But also just come and shop and enter some raffles and support local businesses. The 10 vendors that we have popping up are all small businesses. So yeah, it's just kind of something to do, get out of the house and support a great cause that we're very passionate about.
And Ellie, final question. You used to adopt a lot. What is something people should have prepared when they go to this event and adopt or foster pets?
Yeah, so again, fostering is very important, and that's how a lot of these animals are saved, is through fostering. And I used to foster a few dogs, and then I kind of changed over to cats because they were a little bit easier, and we actually foster here about one cat a year. We kind of have kept it to like a shop cat, and they've all 6 of them have been adopted so far, which has been great. Yeah, fostering is it's super rewarding. It's the rescue organization supplies everything from like toys, food, litter,
cat towers, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, in the past, if you are able to supply those things yourself, it helps because these rescues run on donations. So we have in the past kind of bought some of those toys and supplies just to kind of alleviate, asking the rescue to purchase those for us if you're able to. But if you're not, they have all those supplies for you. They pay for all the vet bills, everything. All you have to do is love the animal. And
that's what Michael said. Yeah. Michael said, just provide love and we got the rest for you. 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock here at Figgy Studio and Shop. Come here. They got a lot of cool stuff. And if you don't want to adopt or foster, just be aware of what's going on and how these two are trying to help for the 3rd year. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio for now.
Love seeing local businesses take action for our 4-legged friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, and stay with us when we come back. Don't yuck my yum.
What does that mean? We'll find out together in this week's Health in a Handbasket.
And for this week's Health in a Handbasket, registered dietitian and nutritionist Alyssa Strassman is back.
Yeah, last time she was here, a phrase came up, "Don't yuck my yum." Alyssa wanted to talk more about it this time. So for someone who missed it, what is "Don't yuck my yum"?
Yeah, so it actually, the phrase didn't come up on the show. But we were talking about, well, do kids eat that? Like, or, oh, is that appropriate or acceptable? And so I thought, well, okay, we all have different preferences, right? And the phrase, "don't yuck my yum," basically is a nice way of being like, back off. Like, I'm entitled to what I like. Just because you don't understand or like what I do, like, that's my individual choice, and that's okay.
Sure.
But you don't have to ruin my experience, right? Like, we want our eating experiences to be enjoyable. And so when people say things that may ruin that eating experience, it impacts us in certain ways.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious, like, I know I have a personal example of someone yucking my yum when I was younger, but I'm curious, do you have examples like that you have of when people have kind of made comments that have impacted your eating experience?
You want to go first?
Sure. I would say it doesn't impact it. I like my taste in food. I think it's good. I used to be a picky eater, but my go-to Subway order would always be a meatball sub, white American cheese, and I would get the sweet onion teriyaki sauce on top. And that was just amazing.
On top of the meatballs?
Yes. I would say try it. I have a sweet tooth, so it's fine with me. I also was criticized recently by director Chris for having honey mustard with my eggs. I always have to have some sort of condiment with them, and it's usually honey mustard.
Honey mustard.
Yeah.
All right. I could see that. Mine would be someone saying, because I'm vegan, and you can tell whether it's a genuine inquiry coming from actual intrigue, or if it's someone who's trying to, tell you, oh, you're not healthy or something. But it's, where do you get your protein?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, okay?
Yeah.
Healthy as a horse. Gonna outlive all y'all.
Yeah, so just kind of like hearing those comments, I think for me, I will never forget. 6 years old, first grade lunchroom table. And one of the things I was so proud about were my lunches. And I was a leftover kid. I loved leftovers. And there was a sense of pride in like putting together like my meal for that afternoon, and I looked forward to it. And I remember there was one lunch and a child looked over at me and said, "Ew, what's that?" And I will never forget that moment because I think it's like one of my earliest memories of ever feeling embarrassed. Like, oh my God, like where does like this person thinks I'm gross? Like, oh my God, because they find my food gross and I must be gross, right? And so I remember I was mortified. And
Do you remember this kid's name?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't remember the person's name, but I remember like the experience and all the heads like turning to see like what I was like, oh, what's in Alyssa's lunch, right? So I do remember though, quickly after that, I stopped bringing leftovers for lunch because I didn't want to have to like defend my lunch choices every time. It was something I looked forward to, but they put a damper on that like eating experience for me. So, it's important that we're recognizing that people can have individual choices. And I wish this phrase was around, back then for me to be able to say, hey, don't yuck my yum. Like, this is I like this. Like, and that's okay.
You just used another phrase instead that then got you suspended.
What?
Maybe you did.
Yeah. But I think, like, I'm curious, like, if other people have experiences too and what that, how that may have impacted them, whether younger or even as adults, like how, certain phrases or comments that people make, how that can impact, how we feel or our eating experience for us. But I do have some strategies to help us out.
Okay.
That's helpful. And so that is just like, I think starting off young, just educating, kids that we all have different preferences. And just because we're not familiar or uncertain or we've never tried something before, that just because, you may not like it doesn't mean that we need to make outward, expressions of that, around others. That it's that we can accept that other people have different preferences and that's okay. The other thing is just being mindful about our own comments or reactions or our own behavior around different people's food choices. Just like what, both of you are kind of sharing how we've experienced some criticism. Or, we could just say, think before you speak.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is just speak up to help others out. And I think about my little experience when I was 6 years old at that lunch table. My God, I wish I had a friend that was like, you know what, back off, there's nothing wrong with, her lunch. So just speaking up for others, when someone's feeling criticized. The other thing is just remind yourself that what one person thinks doesn't mean that you have to take on their own thoughts. Like, you have every right to enjoy what you enjoy, and that's totally okay.
Well, you know what they say, everyone has opinions.
Everybody does.
Because, yep, you know the rest of that saying. And listen, I don't care what your thoughts are, and you know this unless I ask you. If I ask you what your opinion is, then I care. You don't have to share it with every stranger you encounter.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So those are some of the tips. If other people have other tips that they want to offer too, like I know that we're always asking people to write in or share. So definitely, write in and tell us, what have you found to be helpful? How are you helping your kids in these situations when someone points something out or says, ew, it's gross? Or how are we teaching kids, that everybody does have different preferences? So I'd be curious to hear, how they're maneuvering through some of these situations.
Good conversation to have with kids, and you can lead it with kindness.
Yeah.
Because that's where all productivity comes from. Being kind to one another.
Yeah.
Alyssa Strassman, hit them with the socials.
Yep, you can follow me at Alyssa Strassman, RDN CDN on Facebook, or you can visit my website, alyssastrassman.com.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, stick around. We are back on the other side of the break.
Welcome back. Christian Garzone is with us this morning for his original segment, Truth or Trash, Trash.
Trash, trash. Studio audience, where are you?
Okay, so if you're unfamiliar, Christian will tell us 3 news headlines, and we need to identify the one fake headline amongst the two true ones. I can't say it.
Yeah.
But we have an extra true one.
Yeah, so I'm giving you 4. One in there I made up.
Okay.
So 3 are
So
true.
3 are true, 1 is fake.
Yeah, because I added another layer in there because you're getting too good at this. You give me that look the entire time, the raised eyebrow, whatever. Shall we begin?
Yeah.
We shall begin.
All right, truth or trash, story number 1. Notorious 20th century gangster Dutch Schultz, his buried treasure, rumored to be buried in upstate New York, might have been found on Sunday by a father and son duo in Plattsburgh, New York. And this is Prattsville, New York, rather, and this is Dutch Schultz. If anybody doesn't know who whoa, my God. Sorry.
Look at this. We've got newspaper clippings.
There we go. There he is. Dutch Schultz, notorious gangster, New York City. He was on
Nice.
trial for federal tax evasion in Syracuse.
What time frame was this?
1930s.
30s? Okay.
1930s. He said he buried a treasure upstate New York. People had been trying to find it for decades.
Ooh.
Possibly found yesterday. Father-son duo. Story 2. Truth or trash. A daredevil in Europe lit his body on fire and pulled a car hundreds of feet to earn a new Guinness World Record, the fastest 100-meter car pull in full body burn.
Okay.
Okay, that's really something. Okay.
And full body burn.
Full body burn. New record set.
Did
Truth
he
or-
pull the car with his teeth?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we can show some video later.
Okay.
Maybe, if it's true or
If
not.
it's true.
Truth or trash? A man born without thumbs is wowing social media by showing just what he can do, sans those digits. He can dip his hand into an entire tube of Pringles. He can escape from handcuffs, things like
This
that.
one is true.
The only thing he can't do is hitchhike because he's got no thumbs. You think that's true? You've seen
Yeah,
that?
Somebody's
I've
gonna
seen
write us.
something, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Not a good texter either, but that's okay.
Dan. Now that's a bad one. All right. Truth or trash, final story. A dumpster diving baby raccoon in Kentucky got trashed. Little raccoon found peaches soaked in moonshine in a dumpster. Raccoon's mother was in there, signaled for help. A nurse saw the baby raccoon, thought it stopped breathing, gave the baby raccoon CPR, and of course nursed it back to sobriety. So those are the 4 stories
That one
Okay.
is
out of Dutch.
So the raccoon is true,
Okay. Okay.
because I did that for an off the top.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Was it the same one out of Kentucky? The same story?
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty
yeah.
sure it's because it could.
She worked
could
at the
happen.
health department.
Could be. Yes, this tracking. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Very well. Okay.
But that baby raccoon, how cute.
yeah.
A little drunk baby raccoon.
It does look like it completely passed away.
Who threw
Yeah.
away
Laying
peaches
there.
soaked in alcohol?
There's a moonshine distillery next
Next
door
door,
to the
yeah.
Department of Health.
That would do
How do you
it.
like that? And the whole family was in there, but he was the only one who
Yeah.
he went overboard.
Oh.
He drank his weight.
He
in
did more than his weight. So the raccoon story you're saying
Yes.
is true. We've got
You
the.
said you've seen the thumb guy?
I'm pretty sure I saw something on my timeline about that story.
Oh,
So I
interesting.
want to.
How many are true? How many are?
One is fake. 3 are true.
Okay, I think the guy
Back
who.
pocket for this one, then. I think it's true.
I think the guy who lit himself on fire and pulled a car.
That has
is
to
gonna
be
the
false.
fake one.
It does sound like something from Teen Wolf.
Are you ready? You ready? Those are your guesses?
I guess so.
That's true. The
It
guy
is.
setting himself on fire.
That's false.
Right. So this is actually partially false. The Dutch Schultz story. The rumored treasure, is true. And I had historians reach out to me a number of years ago wanting to know about Dutch Schultz and the connection to my grandfather.
No way.
My grandfather was a bootlegger during Prohibition. Ooh. And Dutch Schultz was on trial for federal tax evasion in Syracuse, and he was an avid horseman. My grandfather owned stables next to his speakeasy, or which was originally a speakeasy, Cafe Garzone. Some in our audience might know about that restaurant. It closed a number of years ago, but it started out as a speakeasy. My grandfather had a whole route from Canada, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, had a lot of friends who are
Oh, yeah.
not very law-abiding, but
Yeah.
this there's a connection somewhere they were trying to make with my grandfather, Dutch Schultz's treasure. They're trying to find it. I really couldn't help them because my grandfather died in 1960, so I didn't know him. So there's no father-son duo that found Dutch Schultz's treasure on late Sunday night. I made that part up.
But there is a guy who lit himself on fire and then pulled a car.
And set a new world record, yeah. Yeah.
What
in
was the
Austria.
world, like the biggest car or
No. So
longest pole?
hold on. He's got a number of world records that involve similar things, setting himself on fire and hauling large objects around. His name is Joseph Todling, and it's got all kinds of accents over the. He's from Austria, so I don't know how to say it.
One of those guys that their job is to pick things up and put things down.
Pretty much, but he did that back in Vienna on June 24th, and he's got, again, a bunch of other records similar.
I thought it was this past weekend. Had I known it was the guy from June, I would have said, yes, that's true.
Sure, yeah. But the video is kind of cool to watch. I don't know if we probably don't have it ready, but it was kind of cool to see that. Of course, there's people standing by with fire extinguishers ready to help, but I don't know. It seems kind of a...
You need to be ready to
I'm
go
gonna
in a
look
case
for it
like
now.
that.
I'm not going to try to break that record.
Please don't.
Yeah.
We need to keep you around here. Christian Garzone, thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, stick around. Arc Rochester returns after this. Much more to get to here on Arc Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah, at 9:10, how the Pirate Toy Fund will celebrate 30 years of Pirates.
Then at 9:30, we are debuting a new series here on Arc Rochester, My Rock Story, featuring some locally owned businesses. Find out how a pizza shop in East Rochester has gone viral.
And at 9:50, a mini hackathon for future programmers, women in computing at RIT, sharing some knowledge with local students, and right here in the studio.
That's all coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. Arc Rochester is back after this. Good Monday morning, 9 o'clock on this September 22nd. Thanks so much for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Stephannie Joseph.
I'm Dan Schrack. That is meteorologist Mark McLean, back with us once again with another check of the forecast, the answer to weather trivia, and the muddy paws forecast. And something tells me, Steph, we're going to see some muddy paws this week.
Yeah, we need the rain, though. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it has been a remarkable stretch. And even when we've had rain, it just hasn't been a lot. I mean, it's been a few hundredths here, a tenth of an inch there. It's just been a very, very dry summer. So we're looking forward to a little bit of rain in the forecast. Where it is raining right now, I can guarantee you that, is underneath a hurricane out in the Atlantic Ocean. And that takes us to our weather trivia for today. Check it out. The question was, in an average Atlantic hurricane season, the Atlantic Basin would have approximately how many hurricanes? Is it 3 hurricanes, 10 hurricanes, 7 hurricanes, or 12 hurricanes? And again, this is not, quote, named storms. This is meeting that minimal threshold for hurricane formation.
I'm leaning towards 7, but
7?
I also am like B could be an option.
Yeah.
And again, it's an average.
Ding dong is A.
The ding dong is A, yes.
Yes, yes.
No doubt about it.
So do we go 10 or 7? What do we do?
What's your gut feeling?
My gut feeling is Mark is trying to trick us.
Look at this.
Oh, gosh.
We have an
okay.
A, lots of C's, and 1 D.
So a lot of people agree with 7.
There is a small amount of uncertainty there.
So let's go with 7. Let's just go with 7. 7 it is.
7 it is. Okay. And the answer is 7.
Yeah.
You're 1 for 1 this week. Yeah. And so that would be just in a typical season, on average, produces that many, with 3 of those becoming, quote, major hurricanes. So that would be category 3 or higher. So I think the average for named storms is 14 or 15.
Wow.
So if we go down the list, you get to the end of the alphabet, and then we go to the Greek alphabet, and that's happened before too. You get into the Greek letters for storms.
We did that last year.
We've done that in several years. There was one year we went way into the Greek alphabet, and we were still talking about tropics at the end of December, early January.
Wow.
Yeah, and at that time, because the weather patterns changed so much, the storms will actually start going towards Europe. So they don't come this way anymore. They start going the other way, and they were going into Portugal and Spain, and I mean, that's some weird stuff, yeah, when you get to something like that. But not so weird as this. This happens every year for us. Why is it fall this afternoon at 2:19? So here's what happens. The sun's direct rays right over the equator, equal day and equal night at the equator. But for Rochester, we get some bonus time, and this is called the equilux. This is the equinox today, but the equilux isn't until September 25th, and that's the day where we, quote, have equal day and equal night at our latitude. So there'd be 12 hours day, 12 hours night. Technically today, we have about 10 minutes of bonus daylight over darkness.
Oh, okay.
So equilux is an interesting thing.
Look at that.
5 hours.
5 hours. 5 hours to go.
And 1 second.
And Dan promised that there was going to be an equinox party at the end of the ARC show.
It's still happening.
It didn't get swept under the rug this year?
No.
This year.
Get any rumors, Steph?
No.
No?
It's going to be great.
Muddy paws. There could be a few muddy paws out there today and tomorrow. I don't see a lot. And if one day is mainly dry this week, it looks like it's Wednesday. Probably the best chance of rain of any of these days, late tonight after midnight and Thursday. Thursday looks like a promising light to moderate rain for the area, with Friday having a few scattered showers around. Now, it looks like rain. You look at that sky, it's starting to look like fall, right? 67, mostly cloudy. The southwest breeze at 7, and the dew point has gotten up to 60. So again, that's a spot where you start to notice the atmospheric moisture content out there. Ultimate Doppler does have a shower to the south of Rochester. Nothing ominous here, no lightning and thunder associated with that, but that's drifting up to the northeast into parts of Ontario County shortly, Wayne County if it holds together. There's a few more behind that, back to the southwest, out ahead of a very weak front there. So, we'll keep it in the forecast, but I think much of the time today ends up being dry. Now, there's the futurecast during the afternoon, south and east of Rochester into the Finger Lakes. Looks like a decent shot of seeing another shower, but again, after midnight tonight, notice how much more the landscape is covered in that color green. Even the chance for a rumble of thunder there as that period of rain moves through during the commute tomorrow morning. So maybe a wet start to the day for our Tuesday. The golf forecast today, if you're trying to squeeze it in, this morning looks mainly dry. And again, late this afternoon, especially south and east of Rochester, we'll keep that chance for a shower in. Tonight, after midnight, expect a little bit of rain. We'll drop back only to near 60 overnight tonight. And on the 7-day forecast, there's that chance for rain dipping down on Wednesday and going back up on Thursday. Kind of interesting. It's been such. We always talk about this period. We always get a 6 to 8 week window. It's usually mid to late August through early to mid-October, where there's not a heck of a lot going on around here. It's the days are too short for the big thunderstorms. That's pretty much done. The Atlantic hurricane season, occasionally it'll throw a storm at us that will have some kind of indirect connection to Rochester. We'll get some heavy rain or something, but this is usually a pretty quiet time of the year for us.
Quiet, it's the calm before the storm of winter.
Oh, don't remind me.
And we're due.
We are?
Oh, we're definitely due.
After what I saw last winter?
No, we have not had a big snowstorm. We have not had an ice storm.
Okay.
Where's the wood?
I'm just
This
saying.
is not it.
I'm just saying.
But
Yep.
We don't need it.
Okay.
What if Mother Nature says, no, we're not doing that anymore?
Sometimes it's all or nothing, right? It doesn't rain for an entire summer, and then
Yeah.
I don't want to be doom and gloom. So
But I mean, that is your nickname.
Yeah.
I'll zip it.
Doom and Gloom McLean. All right, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Straight ahead on ARC Rochester, inside the renovations at the West Her Performing Arts Center.
Hey, and don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. ARC Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back after this. 10 this morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. We want to go in depth now on all of the changes happening at the West Performing Arts Center that includes the auditorium, theater, and much more, Steph.
Yeah, just a few days ago, we saw the revamped entrance and corridor. We wanted to find out more and get some details on what's ahead. We welcome RVTL Chairman Arnie Rothschild. Good morning to you.
Good morning, and thank you.
So much to get into here. Just wondering now how you're feeling about, everything going on. You have one piece of a long project done already. How are you feeling about it?
Well, I've been saying the first 31 years you try to do something are always the longest, and this has actually been 31 years in the making. So from the time we floated the idea, community study that was done, 3 sites that were reviewed. So this was really one of the most gratifying days in my professional career. When you think about the fact that this complex, which construction started in 1928 and it was dedicated in 1930, nobody contemplated accessibility. That wasn't anything anybody ever considered. So this is a great first step of many.
So take us inside. What changes for someone coming to see a show in the near future can they expect to see if it's been a year and a half since they've been there?
Well, there's going to be a ton of changes. So right now, if you used to park in the back, in the big back parking lot, there was a really narrow, windy hallway, which is now totally different, 15 feet plus in width, straight line. The old Floriano room, which you never could see because it was a wall, is now glassed in, and it's a pre-show entertainment space as well. So we'll have a brand new bar and concession operations in there. Above the Floriano room, there is an observation deck that's part of a new second floor entertainment space as well. So all your friends can be looking down, or you can be looking up. In addition, we now have elevator access for the first time. There never used to be the ability to ride up an elevator and get to the second level and walk into the lobby. By the way, as we were doing that construction, forget about the $2.5 million for the elevators, but that we had to break through walls and vaults that were there for old Masonic. It was all a Masonic complex. There were vaults because each of the Masonic lodges had their own vault to store their ritual materials. So it's a major piece of construction already accomplished. And by the way, the lobby, what used to be an old boxed-in staircase is now fireproof glass, and it goes up 6 stories. So everything that you see is going to look a lot different, a lot more accessible, friendly, and you'll be proud of it when you get there.
Absolutely. Any details on, timeline, for example, when it comes to construction? It often changes, but as we go on through the years before that deadline of 2030, what can people expect?
Well, right now, if you were to drive by the front of the building, you would see that we have torn out all of the stairs in front. All the sidewalks are being replaced. There's wide plaza being built. We moved back the retaining walls. There's going to be brand new stairs there. So by the time the new season opens, mid-October, that's going to be completed as well. Wow. So both the front entrance and back entrance are going to be totally different. Then we keep in mind that we really have to try to do the construction when the complex isn't being used. So we'll be doing some things that you don't see in the background, but then next summer our plan is to build new dressing rooms. In the VIP lounge, we're going to be taking down a wall that was put up sometime like 1970, expanding that by a third. On the far end of that, by the way, there's a huge grand fireplace. We're also going to be working on the 4th floor in what is called Cathedral Hall, which is the most beautiful, unbelievable venue that people have never seen. There are so many spaces in this complex that people have never seen, and it's 200,000 square feet of ritual rooms, stages that can be restored, office space that can be created for the arts organizations. rehearsal space that can be created. So this is going to be a totally different venue by the time we get all done.
I mean, you guys were fortunate that you're working with a truly spectacular structure, no matter what way you look at it, from beginning to end. For somebody sitting at home thinking to themselves, oh, I love that theater so much. I loved seeing the main stage. I have memories of going there as a child and watching shows. What changes can they expect inside the main auditorium?
Well, we've already done approaching $1 million sound upgrade. Wow. One of the biggest concerns that people used to voice was the sound. So we did a $973,000 digital sound upgrade. By the way, the first show that we really used that, Bob Dylan came to Rochester and used the new sound system. And at the end of the show, people said to me, man, I got to tell you, even though he's getting older, he sounded the best that I've ever heard. I could understand him. I said that had absolutely nothing to do with him. He was still mumbling, but it's the new sound system. So that'll be something really visible and immediately. One of the other things is we're revisiting everything that we sell in the concessions. For years we sold cookies and candy and cheese, but I'm not sure that that's what people really want in today's environment. So we're in the process right now. We're reviewing with Palmer's, and Palmer's caters everything in the building, what it is we sell. I don't know. For example, maybe people, rather than cookies, would like to have little cupcakes. But these are all questions we should be asking. Our goal is, from the moment you leave home to the time you return home, is to make the experience an exciting and easy one. If you go in the back parking lots, now everything is all fenced in, so we're enhancing security. By the way, for each performance, we have RPD out in front of the building, 2 cars, because we have a parking deal with Corpus Christi across the street, and RPD helps people across the street. And also, they tie into our security so that we have enhanced security all the way through the venue and parking lots. So change after change after change. But I prefer to say improvement after improvement after improvement.
Listen, people are in for a real treat no matter when they visit that theater to see something over the course of the next few years, because I have a feeling every time they go, it's just going to be better than the last.
Well, Dan, you said something earlier. So this has always been an amazingly beautiful piece of construction. People didn't see the rest of the complex. They saw the theater. We owned the theater for about 24 years. And that's beautiful. But there are so many other spaces in the rest of the complex that we acquired in March of 23, and we began this restoration. And the first thing we needed to make sure that we did was that we did every bit of work there without saddling the venue with debt. And let me just kind of back up. One of the criticisms long ago, when we looked at Renaissance Square, was that the venue would require subsidy. And taxpayers would be on the hook. And that was a joint venture of the Transit Authority, MCC, and RBTL. In this complex, there is no debt. And so there's not going to require a subsidy. For 25 of the last 26 years, we've operated generating an operating surplus. You can't say profit in the not-for-profit world, you say surplus. But anyhow, we've generated an operating surplus. And key is we never want the community on the hook for debt. And so that also plays into why we're doing this in stages, that we want to be sure that we have funding identified before we begin any part of the construction. And the final part of the construction down the road will be to expand all the lobbies. And because this is an historic site, we're doing that by glassing in the expansions.
It's going to be spectacular. Thank you so much for coming in and for the update. We really appreciate it.
And I appreciate the opportunity to explain it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
When we come back, my rock story, all about a local pizza shop that's gone viral.
We are excited to debut a new series right here on ARC Rochester.
Yeah, it's called My Rock Story. Every month, I will spotlight some small businesses in our area. Today, it's a family-owned and operated pizza shop gaining new attention in East Rochester.
Gigi's Pizza opened in 2023, but it's recently been going viral on TikTok.
I sat down with the owner and his daughter to talk about the newfound popularity and the story behind the restaurant.
Chicken bacon ranch? Yeah. Sure. Anything else with that or just the slice?
Your next pizza fix may be in East Rochester.
I don't know, it's just amazing. It's not overly done with sauce and stuff. Everything just is like the right amount of the ingredients. It's great.
You have deals, okay? So we'll get a slice of pizza and 5 boneless wings or mozzarella sticks. You get a different variety of different choices. It's actually just great.
Gigi's Pizza has been around since 2023, but the shop is having a new moment in the spotlight. Thanks to the owner's daughter, Brittany.
Happy Friday. Let's go work 4 o'clock. Where you at?
This TikTok alone going viral with more than 37,000 views on the platform.
I honestly couldn't tell you exactly why it took off. But yeah, we have had a lot of people, as you can hear. Pretty much everybody that's come in so far has said that they found us on TikTok. So
from taking orders to making fresh pies, she shows she can do it all.
You know, I actually have intentions of taking the place over once my dad decides that he's, you know, ready to retire. So I have to learn all of the ropes.
The namesake of the pizza shop, Grandpa Greg, says it was inspired by a major milestone in Brittany's life.
In March of 2023, I told my dad that I was pregnant.
But as soon as I found out I was going to be a grandfather, it's like a switch clicked in my brain, and Grandpa Greg's Pizza, Gigi's.
But the path here was not direct or easy, having already owned a pizza place and other businesses.
And I went from pizza to a corner store to subs for about 20 years, and then closed the sub shop down. I delivered pizzas for 6 years.
His advice for any aspiring entrepreneurs.
Follow your dreams. It's going to cost you at least twice as much as you think, no matter what you write down on paper. And it's definitely worth it.
And that is for sure. Britt tells me her TikToks were not an overnight success. She's been posting on her personal account for 2 years, but it took a year before her content got any traction online. Gigi's Pizza is open every day at varying hours. You can find that information at gigispizza.com.
It looks like a great place. Mm-hmm. What was the inspiration for her posting about it on TikTok?
Yeah, she said that it had really just started from wanting to show her everyday life, and she feels like the authenticity, she feels like her personality really shines through, and that really connects with the audience. She actually was a nurse beforehand, and when she had her son, she had decided that, you know, the hours weren't great for wanting to spend time with him, and so she wanted to be a part of the family business, and is there.
Well, and listen, when you work in a pizza shop, there's always dinner.
Exactly.
Right?
It's so good. And I was able to bring some samples to the newsroom.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know you weren't
That's
here for
okay.
it,
That's okay. What did everyone say?
They loved it. It was so good. We had one pizza that was half red, half white sauce. Everything is house made. So they make their own sauces, like blue cheese, for example, if you wanted to add that to an order. They shred their own cheese as well, which is pretty cool. They had wings that they were making. Everything is made fresh inside.
Well, and one thing that Western New York does well is pizza and wings.
That is for sure. And it actually draws from, you know, some family recipes over several decades that the family has been making them. And Grandpa Greg has been putting his own spin on things here and there. And here's Gigi's.
Absolutely love it. Best of luck. I'm sure we'll post all of the information if you want to check Gigi's out on our website, 13wham and foxrochester.com.
And when we come back, Rochester's Company Theater has a new location and a new season. We meet the stars of their debut.
9:29, thanks so much for sticking with us this Monday morning. Rochester's theater company has a new location and is kicking off a whole new season.
Yeah, they're opening their doors with a show about what goes on behind closed doors. It's a two-person show called Venus in Fur, and the two stars are here, actors Kit Prelowitz and Matthew Walls. Good morning to you.
Good
Hello,
morning.
good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Let's just start off with what Venus in Fur is all about.
Absolutely. So don't want to give away too much, but basically it's this director who's trying to cast this play that he has adapted, Venus in Fur, and he's struggling to find his female actress, and here comes Vonda Jordan, and she is this wild, like, late person who's late to this audition, and she's just kind of like a hurricane, and the whole show is basically them working out this audition and working on this show together, and the power dynamics between them. So.
Does life imitate art at all in this show? I mean, because it is just two people.
Yeah.
You're both actors.
Yes.
So is there a power struggle or power dynamic on the stage that we'll see?
Yes. So the play itself explores power dynamics, gender dynamics. The play that he's chosen to adapt was a scandalous book in the 1870s. So it really explores it's sexy and sweet. It's funny and dramatic. It's a perfect date night show as long as you leave the kids at home. But yes, the setting is the stage as well. We are acting in a theater, and it takes place in a theater. So it's been fantastic. The lines have started to blur between the play portions of it and the life portions of it.
Nice. And you've been working on this throughout summer. What was it like to put this on its feet? You see the script for the first time, and now you're living the character.
It's the most fun. It's so great just diving into something like this, and our director, Carl Del Buono, is someone who just loves to play in the sandbox and loves to give us our freedom to be actors and have our own opinions and have these discussions. And it is so incredible how we have just morphed from where we were to where we are now. It's just, we find new things every time we run the show and rehearsal. We're just so excited. It's so much fun.
Yeah, the text is something that you can just attack, and Kit came in and attacked it. I came in and have been attacking it, and we've been helped out by Jill Rittinger, who is our intimacy coordinator, and she's been fantastic. Intimacy coordination is imperative these days. It's like fight choreography. You want to know who's moving, when they're moving, what's happening, especially because we spend so much of this play about 2 inches away from each other.
Yeah.
So she's been fantastic in that process, along with Carl.
What does the rehearsal process look like? Paint us a picture when it's just a show with two characters. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who've seen big productions where you have ensemble cast members and, 100 voices on that stage. But when it's down to two people, are rehearsals the two of you and the director?
Correct.
Yep.
Yep. And our stage manager, Alessandro, he's there too, which has been helpful because there's a lot of lines, so he's been keeping our line notes. Scheduling wise, it's been we're rehearsing most days, but it's been pretty, relaxed, what works best for both of us. And but we work for hours when we're there, and we work hard. There's not a lot of, we don't want to sit down and take breaks. We just it's like a train. We're going, once we're there, we just want to keep going and working.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. The first day we walked in, Carl just said, show me something. I'm not going to block you, just show me something. And so we're really learning to read each other, working off of each other. It's a living organism, this show, and it's brand new every single night, and will be for whoever comes to see it once or twice or 3 times, or every night if you want to.
I mean, why not, right?
And speaking of, if anyone wants to get tickets, what information should they know?
Just because I have so many lines to memorize.
We have no more room to memorize.
We wrote these ones down.
So dates are September 26th through October 12th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Sundays are at 2 o'clock. And our new location, we're so excited to kick off our new location with this show is at Christ Church on 28 Lawn Street, downtown Rochester. And ticket prices are $30 and then $25 for seniors and students. And do you remember the website?
I do, yes. You can find those tickets at the Company Theater roc.com, or you can just look up the Company Theater on Facebook, and both methods will take you to the ticket website.
Perfect.
Great.
Thank you both so much for coming in this
Thank
morning.
you.
We really appreciate it. And we'll make sure to post all of that information and much more on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
Coming up next, Rock Hacks, RIT's Women in Computing getting some lessons in programming together.
Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break. .37 this morning, some of RIT's best tech students are about to give some life hacks to some future tech wizards.
Yeah, the Women in Computing organization will stage its annual mini hackathon for local 6th to 12th graders with a chance for the students to come away with prizes.
Yeah, three computer science majors, I tried to say, are here with some of their knowledge. We have Ashley Miller, Nicole Orlick, and Melanie Kuyar. Good morning to you all. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. We appreciate it.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
So talk to us about this event. What does it look like? I think when we all think hacking, we think something nefarious and something on the dark web is going on. Is that what we're going to be seeing?
For sure not.
Okay.
That's great. I don't want to give people the wrong idea. No, a mini hackathon is basically a space for students to kind of explore technology, right? We have 2 tracks this year, game dev and web dev, and the beginner intermediate levels. So basically the students are able to get lessons inside of web development and game development and kind of able to make their own projects based on their passions, right? So it's just a space for students to explore what they truly want and kind of express it using technology.
And making sure that women are involved in tech is so important. What is it like for each of you to be able to reach 6th through 12th graders so early on in computing?
It is very important to show them that they are capable of doing whatever they would like, and exploring STEM fields at such a young age shows them that it is quite possible, and getting that help and just to show them that it is possible is fantastic.
I'm wondering if we can go down the line. What inspired the three of you to get into tech?
So for me, when I was 8, my mom was like, oh, you know what, computing's important. She handed me a packet of just HTML and CSS and put me on Notepad, and I created a horrible website with a cyan, neon, background, and then just some random color text, then welcome to my neighborhood. And even though I went on to study architecture inside high school, that's always been something in the back of my mind. So architecture is a lot of problem solving, right, with kind of how to use different spaces. And when I graduated high school, I was like, all right, so what do I actually like about architecture? And that was the problem-solving aspect, right? How am I able to make certain things work for different people and so the best way possible? And so I figured that computer science, I could solve more problems that way.
And how about for you?
Yeah, so I was the type of kid who switched between different careers every 2 seconds. Architecture was one of them too. But in high school, I joined this game development organization, and they sort of built my confidence in learning how to program, art too. I was a big artsy kid when I was younger, but my main concern was being able to combine the two. So I took some computing classes in high school and then obviously art on the side. My big question was how can I do both? So being in that game dev organization was sort of the main pivotal point for me to continue pursuing computing because of that freedom that it had. You don't have to stick to one discipline. There's so many different options with computing, and that's what I really love about it.
Yeah, for me, I knew being a doctor wasn't going to be possible, but I was like, what can I do to help more people and reach more people? And that coding and problem solving, I took a few classes in high school because my mom was like, take it. And then I fell in love with it, and I hope to be in healthcare fields someday to help more people.
Absolutely, it's needed. I want to address the matching shirts in the room. Tell us a little bit about Women in Computing.
So Women in Computing is an all-inclusive organization that promotes the success of women in computing fields through our outreach events like this Rock Girl Hacks Hackathon, through professional development, through leadership, we're all on the leaderboard for WIC, and mentorship as well. We have a mentorship program for our incoming class that they're paired with an upperclassman, so we do a lot.
Yes. Let me ask, is there, right now, is there integration with artificial intelligence? Is that something that you work on as part of your education in game dev or web dev? I don't know, feeding code and telling the AI, I need more like this kind of thing?
Well, I think our hackathon's more based on kind of just beginning to learn the fundamentals of programming. So maybe we might see that within our intermediate curriculum, but it's really just getting kids to have that spark of interest and to kind of further that interest later on. And maybe our within our organization we have other committees. I don't know specifically how we're working with that right now, but that is a really integral part of computing at the moment, and that's kind of is sparking a lot of conversations. For example, I think we're having Cocoa and Cookies, right? Yeah. That's a discussion space for students to talk about kind of how we're integrating AI, the ethical use of technology, among other conversations. So we are definitely having kind of spaces to talk about that and kind of be able to, I guess, integrate that into the computing field as well.
Very cool.
For anyone that wants details, they're like, oh, I would love to get my daughter involved in this. How and what can they do to find out more?
So we do have a flyer, and we do have the event on our WIC at RIT website. Even if you just look up Rock Girl Hacks, there's going to be a lot of information on it. Also our Instagram. I'm forgetting the exact handle, but if you do look up WIC at RIT, it's going to be one of the first posts that are up there. We recently posted that. So the deadline has been extended to tonight. So make sure you apply if you are really interested in that.
Yeah, scan that QR code. You see it right there on your screen. I'm sure that will take you somewhere where you'll learn more information. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And again, for anyone who missed out on some of this info or wants to learn more, we'll post everything you need to know on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
Yeah, more Truth or Trash with Christian Garzone is coming up next.
.46, welcome back. Christian Garzone has joined us once again. We can't get enough of this segment, Truth or Trash. We had fun in the last hour. We're going to have fun in this hour, too. Christian, what do you got?
Fun, F-U-N-N with 2 N's on the end, because it's so much fun.
It is.
Okay, well, Truth or Trash. Again, I got 4 stories, 3 truths, 1 trash. You ready?
Okay.
Okay, we'll start with this one. Pet goldfish ruining lakes. People are putting goldfish in lakes. They get enormous. They are an invasive species. So zookeepers in Minnesota are deciding to take these out of lakes and feed them to animals in zoos like bears. And the bears apparently love them. So that's the first story.
Okay.
Because well, if you dump it in the lake, they just get bigger and bigger.
Yep.
And they eat up and they're destroying habitats.
Okay.
So that's what their solution is. Story 2. Bride in the UK confronts mysterious wedding crasher 4 years later. Her big day, there's this guy in the background, this bobblehead guy. Who is this person? For 4 years it bothered her. She took to social media. They tracked down the guy. His name's Andrew. Turns out Andrew was just running late. He went to the wedding hall next door to this one, the wrong wedding, and lived his life. Ate, drank, had fun. And I don't know if he really realized. He must have realized he was at the wrong wedding.
Yeah.
But
he heard the wedding he was invited to was a dry wedding.
A dry wedding, yeah. So that's story number 2. Story number 3. Stay with me on this one. Actor Tom Selleck. Actor Tom Selleck is suing the Screen Actors Guild because he claims he had to adjust his real name, Tom Selleck, back in 1969 because the name was already taken by now well-known actor Tom Selleck. Selleck claims his career has suffered because his real name's Tom Selleck. He had to slightly adjust it. People confuse him for Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck was in movies like Force 10 from Navarone, some TV roles off and on. But he's suing because Paperwork shows 2 days prior, he actually was first to register as Tom Selleck.
Really? Okay.
2 days prior, before Tom Selleck, the real Tom Selleck registered the name.
Okay.
And this is a common thing. Like Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Right? So Michael Keaton took the name Keaton versus Douglas because he couldn't do it.
And Diane put up a stink.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. He took it after Buster Keaton, I think.
I believe so, yeah.
Fourth story now. Panties on your head is a fashion trend. This one, no surprise, comes from Japan. This is coming from the Shibuya region where they are putting panties on their head and putting like ribbons or lace or some kind of decorative swirls and twirls in them, and they walk around. So out of those stories,
okay,
one is
the goldfish are real.
Okay.
Because
are you sure?
The first one.
You want to phone a friend or?
No, I'm going to say that's real because I did read something recently about state fish and game wildlife saying this is becoming a real problem.
Yeah.
People are putting their goldfish in our Great Lakes, and we can't have it.
Yeah. Suckers get big.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Kind of cool to see.
It is, but you take them out of their fish bowls, and they get large.
Yeah, and
they get large.
Neat. Yeah.
Yeah. The Wedding Crasher one, that is the one that kind of sounds fake to me.
Really?
But that last story also kind of sounds fake.
Oh, the panties on the head? Yeah.
I don't think so.
But again, well,
You've
that's
been to
exactly
Japan.
it.
You've been to Japan.
They've got some unique style over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot of, in Japan, even the vending machines they have over there.
Yeah.
With some of the underpants in the vending machines.
Sure.
I won't get into if they're used or not, but they're,
They have edible ones too.
It's very, I lived there for I lived in Japan for like 5 years. I loved it, but they have all kinds of stuff going on over there.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it that truth or trash? I don't know.
Steph, what was the third story?
That was the name.
Tom Selleck
right,
versus Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. Also sounds like it could be a totally garbage story.
We all know Tom Selleck, right? Blue
We do.
Bloods,
Yeah, of course.
Magnum PI.
You don't?
I mean, if I saw the face,
Tom Selleck,
you know what?
the mustache.
I have time to do a quick search.
That doesn't help her at all.
I'm sorry.
Mike Post, he
Is
did the theme
this one?
song.
This is him? Oh, yes, I know
You know
him.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
I was doing the Magnum theme
Yeah.
for you. Drove
Okay.
the Ferrari, I think
So
it was.
what is it? Is it the Wedding Crasher?
The goldfish, the panties on the head, or Tom Selleck versus Tom Selleck?
Definitely not the panties.
Okay.
I'm going to say,
So panties is real.
I feel like it's between Goldfish and the Wedding Crasher.
Okay.
And I'm,
Go with your gut.
Listen, the only thing about that goldfish story that I find strange is that they're taking the goldfish from the lakes and feeding them to the bears at the zoo. That seems like an awful lot of work.
It's a grisly way to take care of business.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So what are we going with here, Steph?
What's the trash out of those?
you know what?
Do you want to roll the dice and we can pick opposites?
Sure.
Whichever one you don't pick, I'll pick.
I'm going to go Goldfish.
Goldfish.
Okay, so then I'm going to go
It's
the
not.
UK wedding crash. You're saying that's a fake story?
Yes.
I'm saying the UK wedding crasher 8 years
Goldfish, UK wedding crash.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, roll the dice. There we go. The die has been cast. You ready?
Yep.
The fake one, I made up the Tom Selleck one.
Are you serious?
Tom Selleck,
Oh
Tom
my
Selleck.
gosh.
Yeah, I made that one up. The rest are all true. The Wedding Crasher one, I wish we could show the photos. They're actually pretty funny. That guy Andrew in the background, he's just like, hey.
He's posing in photos?
He's posing in photos. Yeah, there's several
So he
photos.
just showed up to the wrong wedding and
He was in a
decided
hurry
to
and
stay?
just decided to live his best life there. Yeah. Yeah. And the goldfish one, that's that to me, I can understand that one. And the panties on the head, as you've been to Japan, you've visited, I lived there for years. That does not strike me as odd at all. I'm like, yep, that makes sense. That tracks. It's out of the Shibuya region, which is very, posh, very upper, so yeah, that tracks for Japan for sure.
Yeah.
Check your panties.
Yeah. Here we go. Truth or trash. Tom Selleck versus Tom Selleck.
Selleck. If you want to see more of Christian Garzone here on ARC Rochester, send us an email. news@13wham.com.
Inbox is empty. Wow, still. Refresh.
Hey, stay with us. Our final thoughts are next.
final thoughts here on Arc Rochester this Monday morning. Best bits of the morning.
There were a lot of good moments. I really liked being able to debut my rock story.
Yes!
That was
That's
fun.
cool.
So
Oh, yeah.
looking forward to the next one. Send me your
Yeah.
recommendations. scjoseph@sbgtv.com.
Or news@13wham.com. It's
That
so much
too.
easier.
Oh.
The inbox
Or
is actually
DM.
full from requests for
Yes,
Christian
for
to be
Christian
on.
to,
yeah.
to
I can't
stay
wait.
on Arc Rochester.
Yeah.
2 segments from Christian Garzone this morning.
Had to make those up just willy-nilly, just those two trash ones. just
Impressive.
inspiration. Divine
Celtic.
inspiration, can we say? We
Really?
know God's at work. Here we are, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got stuck with McLean again.
Yeah,
today because
Look at these
I
domes
brought the-
shine.
like a cockroach.
I brought the Equinox with me. I got nothing.
You did bring the
He
Equinox.
said, look at these domes.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, just the light bouncing up. Put our powers together.
Yeah.
Stop, Lex Luthor. Doo.
All right, we've got like 45 seconds. We're entering fall at 2:19 today.
Yeah.
Who's excited?
I'm over complaining about it. What's your favorite part of the fall season? Go.
Ooh.
Yeah, cooler temperatures. I like jacket weather. I look best in jackets. I don't really dress well. Everyone's like, you're wearing this with that. So I throw a jacket on. You look good, Christian. Thanks.
Apple cider slushies.
Oh my gosh. I'll say the scents.
The
of fall.
scents. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The smell of sharpened pencils.
For fall?
It's a very fall scent.
Do you chew the lead on the pencils?
Clearly I have. That does it for us here on Arc Rochester. Wake up with us again tomorrow morning starting at 4:57 on
13 WHAM ABC.
That's it.
I'll be there later. So will Mark. 13 WHAM News at midday. See you then.
Bye.